All right, so we are at our live cafe at the Running Rebels Community Center, and we're actually back here gonna have a nice little breakfast at night. There's no bad time for breakfast. We have breakfast at any time of the day. So we actually have our good friend Rainity here in the kitchen whipping up some pancakes and bacon. Yeah, this is getting really good. I'm really excited about this. All right, so we have Darius and DJ, and let's get into sort of what you guys are doing here with Running Rebels and sort of your role in the community. I'll start with you, Darius.
Well, basically, I'm with AV Entertainment, and that's audio, visual, and entertainment. So we're working with DJing, camera work, videography, photography, sound engineering, rapping, singing, pretty much any art that's based around music in some way, shape, or form. So me in particular, I rap and I do sound engineering, and I work with the camera a little bit, and I'm going to be getting into DJing.
All right, Darius. So I guess tell us sort of what your role is with Running Rebels and what made you get involved with the organization in the first place.
Well, basically, I got involved with the Running Rebels probably just about 7 to 8 years ago, and basically I've been like a youth mentor, and not only a youth mentor, but I'm also a part of this group called BM2, and it's really just young entrepreneurship, young black kids entrepreneurship, teaching us how to be entrepreneurs, how to make jobs for ourselves, basically how to survive in the real world. So my role is I go out in the community, I help mentor kids. I go to certain events to spread positivity about the Running Rebels, about what we do here specifically, and how they can get involved with the movement that we're trying to do. And yeah, I'm basically just here to spread positivity and make sure that everybody's on the right path.
All right, so now we have DJ. So tell us about your role with Running Rebels, how you got involved with the organization and all that.
I got into Running Rebels through both of my parents. My dad started working here probably 7-8 years ago through this program called Violence Free Zone. So he just basically stopped kids from fighting at high schools or whatever. And my mom started working with this program called Be the Change like 1 or 2 years ago. And it's basically just getting a group of young brothers together and just trying to make them better every day. And around the Rebels building, I usually do whatever they ask me to do. I'll go to an event, hand out cards. I'll go help clean up a burned down house. I'll go mow somebody's lawn. I'll go tutor some kids that are upstairs in the tutoring area, go play games with them, do whatever's needed around.
Well, I guess sort of in a short sentence, well, if you were telling someone, they're asking you, what is Running Rebels? What do you guys represent? What is the purpose of the organization? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that Running Rebels is just a community-based center where you can come for anything you need. I mean, if you come here and ask for a job, someone will get you a job here. You can get a job doing anything. And we also have outsourcing. We have a rummage sale going outside right now. So that someone basically came in and asked, could they run a rummage sale through Running Rebels? And Big Barnett said, yeah.
Is there certain requirements to be a part of the Running Rebels, age group requirements?
There isn't necessarily any age group requirements. I guess like it used to be a rule where it had to be like you have to be probably 12 to 13 or older to come here, and it used to only be boys, but they spread it out now, so now females can come. So it's both gender organization, and the age limit has lowered. So anybody that can come here and basically show that they're mature enough to do the things that we're doing in the community, then they can come here.
Now, if someone wanted to sort of, I guess, become a part of Running Rebels, how would they get in contact? Who would they contact, and how would they start their partnership with them?
All they would have to do is just address the Running Rebels website. We have a list of staff members and a list of phone numbers, and if they come to either one of our locations, which is here on Fond du Lac or the other one on East Capitol, there's someone there will talk to them about whatever they want to talk about.
So there you have our introduction to Running Rebels, what they represent, how they're here for the community. Again, if you want to get more information on that, you would go to runningrebels.org and look into some information on what they represent. I watched a couple of their YouTube videos, really interesting stuff. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for letting us get the inside scoop on Running Rebels. and then we're going to continue our discussion on music and the influence on our youth. Getting into this breakfast for dinner is really good. I want to say thank you, Mr. Rainity, on the pots and pans. First, I kind of wanted to, what are you guys bumping right now? What are you guys listening to on your iTunes, Spotify? Anyone in particular? Are you guys have a wide range, or either of you? Do you guys feel like they sort of play a role in how you think and how you move within the community? How you carry yourself in general, just as men?
Because I listen to a lot of J. Cole, because I never had a father figure, so like he teaches a lot of, I don't know, like in the way he teaches you how to think properly.
I think it subconsciously might kind of affect how I think and what I do, but at a certain point, I don't really let it anymore, because now I'm just listening to music just to listen to music.
My question is, just like you said, you listen to it and you could separate it and understand that it's just entertainment, right? What are you guys' thoughts on the younger generation and the people that cannot separate it from entertainment, and now it turns into programming for them, where they are popping pills, they are getting in stolen cars, they are selling whatever it is that they do. So how do you, like, is it hard for people for you it may be easier, but do you think in your generation, is it hard for people to separate that, this is just entertainment and I shouldn't do it? And I ask that question because of how the stolen car epidemic has risen in Milwaukee, how the opioid epidemic has risen in Milwaukee.
Well, honestly, most teens aren't as, what I would like to say, consciously aware as me and DJ might be. So a lot of what they hear, and also they might not have that figure in their life that's telling them, like, no, that's not what you should be on, that's not how you should think. So if all they hearing is that one thing from the music that they choose to listen to, and that's all the kids around them telling them is right, and that's what's seen as cool or the popular thing to do, and then they mind eventually it's go trigger that this is what I need to be doing. You know what I mean? So a lot of people only doing these things not even because like they want to, but because they are programmed to feel like that's how everything should be. You know what I mean? So they really just
Even on the consequences that you could lose your life getting in a stolen car, running red lights.
Right, but the hood will tell you, and the influences, the negative influence they have will tell you that this is the cool thing to do, and that this is how it should be done, because they don't have that positive role model, you know what I mean? Or they can't think for themselves properly because that's all they see all the time.
You would think that, like so you said people think that it's the cool thing to do, right? So at what point does dying become not cool? Like, I'm really just trying to understand that. Like, we know that this is a very high possibility that you get in the stolen car, you run all these red lights, not only you could lose your life, but you risk the chances of injuring and hurting a whole lot of other innocent people as well.
Right, so it's literally called Stoli. So I guess somebody came up with a dance to it, and the dance basically takes you through the process of stealing a car and taking the police on a high-speed chase. Basically, I don't know.
It's a dance. Does it go to a specific song, or is it something that they just kind of do, like new dances that come out? And would you guys say that this dance is sort of influenced our youth even more to get involved in these kind of activities within the community?
I don't want to necessarily say that it influenced them even more, because that's not making people go out and do it more.
Like it's just like I don't know, just like an offspring of it. It's just a hype dance right now. Hey, the way you set up nowadays is they're free to dance, make any situation funny, no matter how serious it is.
I guess I'll make it a two-part question. Who are some of your favorite local artists, right, currently, and what role or responsibilities do you guys think that they have in altering the messaging for the young people coming up that can't separate the idea of entertainment versus reality? Artists, the Little Chicken, the MT Twins, they have this huge platform locally, right? Do you believe that if they decide to alter the message just a little bit, right? Somebody that has such a huge platform like the MT Twins and Little Chicken, and especially the influence they have over their generation. I'm in a different generation than they was. If they came together and was like, yo, we want to do a song that's, we came up through this life, this is the life we live, but we try to tell y'all young people that you don't have to do that, and I can show y'all a different way. If they change the message, do you think it would still be received the same by the audience that support them now already?
I don't really necessarily have contact with either of them, but I think honestly the Running Rebels could probably have an influence on that. And I know Lil Vic and Darius are working on all that positive type of music, and we're getting more and more kids every day that are trying to get in the studio and record positive music. So I think eventually will it become a thing? Yeah. I think it might even become like a really big thing. Like it might be a music group to even rap about positive rapping and not living that lifestyle.
Me personally, with the demographic they have, if they just completely swapped it and just like started making positive music, honestly, I don't think it'd be received well. But I don't think it'd be received well because they make, well, not they, but Lil Chicken in particular make music for people that's living that lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like having to move weight or sell dope or this and that just to get a living, just make by get a living, you know, to get money to provide their families type stuff. So they make music for like hood people or hood teenagers. So if he was to switch his music to positivity, I don't think that they would really vibe with it just off the strength alone that that's not the music they like. They like hearing stuff that they do.
Not necessarily saying change it completely, because you are going to be who you are. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle. You can't necessarily just switch that overnight and change your message. But even if you say, yo, I live this lifestyle and I don't want that for the younger generation coming up, you still don't think, like, even if it's just that a one song thing, that song wouldn't be received well or have a great impact on the generation. And then you don't have to answer that now. We could be a two-part thing. We could come back and get into it. It could be a two-part series, and then we'll go from there.
Honestly, because I was just gonna answer that, you know what I mean? Because I said I had two. So the reason why I do think it'll be received well is because off the strength alone of how much of an influence they are. If they started rapping about positivity and doing things differently, then it's a possibility that they demographic can be like, you know what? Since Lil Chicken doing this now, I ain't even got to do this because now they ain't cool. You know, he able to make just as much money or even more doing this. So I might as well get on that way.
Positivity,
and once somebody, start doing it,
but that's
everybody is
right doing that amongst your generation.
Exactly.
Y'all not making foul music. Y'all making real good music that y'all generation like really enjoying and liking. So I feel like, and it's not like y'all selling yourself short. Y'all ain't weak. Y'all ain't lame dudes. Like y'all still swagged out and making positive music. And I feel like, what's wrong with that being the cool way? What's wrong with that being the way? I'm not saying be a gospel artist, but what's wrong with just provoking thought?